Alright, so this is Need for Speed Most Wanted U. Basically, it's Need for Speed Most Wanted, the Wii U version. And if you really want to know, oh, I have to sign in. So yeah, you do have to have a Criterion ID or whatever. You have to have a separate ID to log in to do online stuff on this game. Maybe even to just play the game. I don't remember. I just created a whatever profile and was like whatever. If you are curious about the differences between the Wii U version and other versions, there is a DLC difference in that the Wii U version has like the first batch of DLC that came out with the game that came with other versions of the game, but it does not have further DLC stuff that came out later. But there is also unique stuff to this game, like Mario, Nintendo stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here. This is a fun game, I think, because it's basically like an open world driving game. You just kind of like go around and drive around. Gas stations, when you go through, they will fix your car instantly. So if I say have damage done to the front of my car or something, can you see that? I don't really see it yet. Let's see if I can. Alright, so that should be some damage to my car, right? I don't really see it. Maybe it's the color of my car that's up with that. There we go, that should be some noticeable damage. Yeah, you can see my front windshield's cracked. When you go through, also your boost meter. Whoops. Let's see, what's my boost button again? B. Let me try to brake. There we go. So, going through gas stations is important when racing because it will not only fix your car, but it'll fill your boost meter. So, if you have a gas station that you see, you have an incentive to try to go for it because it will do that for you. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. You can go ahead and just drive wherever you want in the city. Go on the freeway, past these cars. There's like near miss bonuses. Ouch, that was not a near miss, that was a crash. If you crash like that in a race, it'll like respawn you in a good position, sort of. But since I'm not like in a race or anything right now, it'll just restart me where I crashed, basically. So yeah, you got your boosts that you use to go even faster. Most useful for like on straightaways, of course. And then if you're going on like, you get bonuses for like near misses. Your boost meter will refill over time, but you also get the bonuses for the near misses. That was a mistake on my part. And you also get a bonus for like driving in oncoming traffic. So you can see my boost meter going up a lot faster that way. Actually, let's go ahead and turn around here. This is a most wanted event. So you can hold ZLZR, that's your gas and your brake, to start an event. The most wanted cars are cars that you unlock by chasing them down. And before every race or event of whatever kind, there's this kind of like cinematic thing right here. You can skip it. You can like, press plus to skip. But just go ahead and sample it. They are like artistic in some kind of way, or that's their intent, I should say. Not that they are necessarily amazing or anything, but they do have a sort of weirdness to most of them. Like, you see the cars just like sitting in a cool garage, I guess, about to be driven out. Well, that was actually not, that's probably the most normal looking intro that they've had. So what you do with these most wanted events is you not only have to beat this opponent's car in a race, but you also, whoops, I don't want to crash into stuff now. You also have to deal with police, and then after you win the race, you then have to take the car down, like crash into them and such. Am I? I'm not even looking at the map. Where am I going? Ah, crap. See, that's not good. So, am I still in first? No, I'm in second. I'm going to try to catch up. That is a lot of cars. I am not supposed to go through them. You're going to see me crash a lot, because that's just how... It's very hard to get back into this game if you're not playing it for a while, I guess. Plus, the most wanted events are probably like the hardest things to do. Maybe not. I don't think... Yeah, they're not definitely not the hardest things, but they are definitely not easy. Not among the easier things to do. So I, for one, actually prefer to use the motion controls of the gamepad. I've tried, you can turn off the motion controls and just drive with like the control stick. I have grown accustomed to using the actual motion controls, preferably over the motion controls. Oh, I just passed him somewhere. So yeah, so not only do I have to win the race, like I said, but I also have to take down the guy after the race. That could have been worse, but it could have been better. The guy's right behind me. He's the black car on the radar right there. Man, where is the end of this race? So yeah, you definitely can mess with each other during the race to try to slow down the other guy. Like that. I am going off course. Get back on course. Where is the end of this race? That's a checkpoint up there. Let me see here. So the heat meter on the next to the radar there, I am going to crash if I have to keep looking at things and talking at the same time. The heat meter indicates how much the police are working on catching you. And like they won't give up unless the heat meter like reduces down to 0. And the longer you're you're being pursued by them actively, they will continue. The heat meter will continue to rise. Oh, that's the finish line. I lost. So normally, if you finish in first, then the car is still there, and you have to chase them down and take them out. Like you take out some other cars. It's like, if this was the bad guy, right? No. Let's find a police car, because they'll actually, like, point out if you take down a police car. So I'm entered cooldown. It means I'm out of... the police have temporarily lost me. But if they see me again, they will resume pursuit. There is a cop car on the radar ahead of me. Let's see if they... Oh, they see me? Okay. Let's go ahead and just try to lose the police here, since I'm no longer in that race. Now, if I don't want to deal with the police, I can just let them catch me, and that would be it. I would just restart as if the police were not chasing me anymore. This is a good spot. I can slow down here, because this is a long stretch of road without like a lot of intersections, so the police are unlikely to get the jump on me here, since I've already lost them. Oh, there's a police car up ahead, almost done, and pursuit evaded. So now the police are no longer chasing me, and right there, the pursuit results, I got 1,915 SP. Those are points used for, like, experience points. I guess, is mine, do I have a tire out? I look lopsided. Yeah, I do have a tire out. Look at that. In fact, are both my right tires out? Yep, both my right tires are out. So yeah, as you can see, I'm leaving a scrape trail there, but if I go through the gas station, fixed. Oops, except I just crashed again. You'll notice billboards, actually, like those up there. Those are scattered throughout the world of the game, and normally they have like advertisements or something on them, but once you crash through them, then they put like your Mii's face on them. and you see billboards 156 out of 156. A speed wall is like your record for how fast you went through it. That's just a little record you can try to beat if you really want to. But yeah, there are billboards all over the place. You can keep driving, and if you use the D-pad, you can operate the easy drive menu up here. So you can technically like still like do stuff. These other tires, other parts to your car, you can get by you unlock them first by completing. You unlock them by completing different milestones. Let me see if I can change my car. I don't even know what kind of car I'm using. I am not a car guy, so let's try to find something gold. Let's try whatever this is. Oh, Maserati. I don't know. Let's see. Do I have customized car? See, look at here. So this is unlocked by finishing first in a race. Red shift. I can go to races. Red shift. That's the hardest one. Other parts of the car are unlocked by... Oh. I guess these are all unlocked by doing races. There are other things that are unlocked. Oh. What it is the you unlock parts by finishing races, and then you upgrade them by doing certain milestones. Let's go ahead and do a race. So for races, you can either select it, set destination, like it'll tell you where to drive to start, where the race is going to start, or you could just select start race from the menu here. And as you can see, if I get gold, I'll get the burn nitros, and then if I get silver, I'll get off-road tires. See if we get a different kind of artistic opening here. Here we go. Here, this will be a little weirder. So yeah, I don't even know what's going on here. And it just transitions into a car. So yeah, so what this is a challenge where I'm trying to go through this race per se. I'm not racing anyone in particular, but I'm just trying to keep my average speed as high as possible. The gold target is to keep an average of 100 miles per hour. You can see on the left next to my car, it shows my current average, and then my actual speed down in the bottom right. So I want to try to keep my speed as high as possible, but of course if I crash, that's going to slow me down a lot. The handling does take a little bit to get used to. In fact, that's part of the reason why I like the motion controls better than the stick controls, I guess. Although, I mean, if you get used to the stick control, it's probably better, but I just got used to the motion controls, so I kind of stick with them. Uh-oh. That's a wreck. And now my average speed is dropping rapidly. I need to get moving. Traffic. So, nice thing is you can actually just turn traffic off, which is probably recommended for most street races. I do like to have traffic on just for like when I'm goofing around doing the city, but when I'm doing a race, you know, I generally turn traffic off. I mean, traffic on or off, it affects all cars in the race. So there are actually some milestone events. So some milestone events where there are some milestone events that are called crash escapes or something like that. And basically you have to be like in sight of a crash in front of you, and you have to not be involved in the crash. So you have to see it. You have to see a crash happen in front of you. You basically pass by it. Um, what it's giving me right here is an option to equip the thing I just earned. And we'll go ahead and do that. So the crash escapes are easier to be done if there are other cars on the road. So in that case, you want traffic on. In fact, let me just go ahead and stop here and take a look at the gamepad right now. So on the gamepad here, you got your traffic toggle on or off, so you can see here. So you can just toggle it on or off, and that will show on the screen traffic turning on and off. And then of course you can change the time of day. You can just instantly change it like that to be nighttime if you want. Traffic is... oh, is that a cop car? Yeah. Traffic does not turn off police cars. So those are still in the game because the pursuit thing is a whole part of the game. Disrupt cops, that if the police are chasing you, you can press that to sort of help you a little bit. That requires you to think about using the gamepad when the police are chasing you, which takes some coordination to even try to do. Change car, that's just lets you pick a car from the gamepad menu if you like, instead of using like the easy drive menu on the D-pad, which you can use to change cars like that. Also, the whole point of why it says you can change the color right here. The whole point, it says like on the screen here, co-driver has changed the time of day, because you can play this with one person just using the gamepad, and you, as the actual player of the game, just use like something else to control your car, and then someone else can use the gamepad to do stuff like disrupt the cops or look at the map, try to navigate you. I didn't really use this feature. It is a feature I would imagine maybe for like younger people who aren't good enough to drive the car in the game. They can at least play along by doing stuff on the gamepad. And of course you can play the entire game on the gamepad like this. However, I've tried playing on the gamepad alone, and motion control steering where the screen is moving as you try to steer, that proved to be too difficult for me. I don't like to have the screen move when I move the controller, so that would be better to do with a stick controller if you just want to use joysticks to control the car in just play on the gamepad. So my personal preference was that I always had to have the TV on to play this game. I couldn't play it off the screen like it allows you to do. But yeah, controls, you can turn, like you can say, if you have another controller, you can designate them as a driver. Right now the driver is set to the gamepad, and motion controls can be turned on or off. Here you can change motion control on or off, change controller. It's all faded out there because it's not being used. So let's go ahead and go back to the screen now. So yeah, everything, you can also just straight up pause the game and you can retry the last event. This is a very handy option. If you're in the middle of a race and you're just obviously losing, you can just restart it. Driver details, this goes into single player progress. I have done everything in the single player game. You've played all the events. This is interesting because multiple cars can be used for different events. So if you go back to like these races, these are not all the races in the game, obviously. There's more than 5. Some cars will share the same types of events. So right here you can see personal best 257. I have done this circuit race with a different car, but not this car, because here it shows I've gotten gold, I've cleared this. Here, I can retry it for 500 SP. These ones have not been cleared yet, so I can clear them for 12,000 SP if I get first. So basically, oh yeah, the SP, let me go ahead and look at Customize car. So I got off-road tires. If I drive 5,000 yards off-road, they will be upgraded. And off-road doesn't just mean on sidewalk. It needs to be like in the dirt. I think, pretty sure it has to be like in the dirt. So like I'm not getting off-road progress like this. You can like set goals for yourself. Let's see here. Where? Auto log recommendations. Here. Oh, connect? Am I not logged in? There we go. No? Has this been shut down? Am I forgetting something? You must be signed into the Nintendo Network and the EA servers in order to access online features. Okay. Maybe it's been shut down and I haven't even noticed. Well, anyway, the autolog recommendations would just be like, do this race, or drive off-road to upgrade your tires. Wow. I guess multiplayer is shut down too, right? So multiplayer, it actually wasn't that big of a thing. I had tried it before. Let me go ahead and get back into driver details. If you look at multiplayer progress, it's not going to connect, is it? Basically, multiplayer wasn't anything special other than it was all of these same events, but with other players playing at the same time. So it was cool, but you're basically just playing the same thing, but instead of bots, you're playing with other people. There wasn't any like communication or anything in particular. It didn't really feel like anything different. I guess it's kind of like I just focused on doing like this, and it also has like different progress. So like your progress and your driver details is separated, single player and multiplayer. Collectible milestones. Gotten all those. Smashed all security gates. Smashed all billboards. Triggered all speed cameras. Those are other things that are on the map. Oh yeah, so on the map, if you see like a steering wheel, that is a car that you can play as. So I can like just press X to switch to that car. And this is how you actually unlocked a bunch of the cars, was you had to find them on the map, and then they would be unlocked. I've of course unlocked them all already. Let's go ahead and turn traffic back on just for funsies. Oh, that's a speed camera right there. So, Clayton, my record on there is 170. I've passed that speed camera going 170 before. Wow. Is it still there? Did I run it over? I ran it over. So there is the need for the most wanted cars. That's like, I guess, the name of the game. That's like the most wanted cars list that you got here. I've of course, hey, watch it. I've of course gotten them all. That is the Mercedes-Benz Most Wanted 8. That is this one. So yeah, I have cleared it. I've cleared all these. And that's how you unlock the cars too, is to doing those things. So yeah, a bunch of cars you unlock by just finding them on the street, and then some cars you unlock through the Most Wanted events. And then you unlock parts for those cars by completing races. Like this is not unlocked. So like I said, single player progress, as shown in the pause menu, says that I've completed everything. That's because I've done all these races and events with different cars, but not with every car. It doesn't bother to save all of that. It was interesting because I got to a point where I had to find out which cars had the events I haven't even tried yet, because not every car is eligible for every event. I mean, and the events are kind of tailored to the type of car you're driving, whether it's super fast or handles good. So there's all that. So let's go ahead and check out the other types of events. So There are, of course, actual races. Speed run. Is that the same thing I just did? Personal best, 127.3 miles per hour. Yeah, that's keeping your speed as high as possible. These cars are just gonna have to go around me. Sprint race, this is like a single lap. You just try to go as fast as you can. Again, you can set the destination on your map. It'll tell you where to go. Or you can just choose start race from the menu. So let's see, there are races, there are speed tests, like keep your speed as high as possible. There are escape the cops events. So there are some events where you just have to escape the police. Going through the garage also will randomly change your color to something else. But of course you can always change your car color to whatever you want. Like that. You have a horn button, which is good. Everybody likes to have a horn button when a driving game. Any racing game that doesn't have a horn button is like subpar, you know what I mean? Where is this event? I am not going to make that. There are, yeah, escape the police, race. There's like lap races and like sprint races. And speed tests. I think that's about it. Plus the most wanted events where it's like a race and then you gotta take down the car. Oh, there's a speed camera. There we go. I got, I was not going 182. Is that my record? It's probably my record. So you can see my distance to the event is half a mile. I kind of just like liked going to all the events myself, driving to them. Uh-oh, police are on me. Because I was speeding. Uh-oh, the event's like right here. Oh, there we go. It's the diamond on my screen, so that's where the event is. Which I couldn't see when the police were chasing after me. So yeah, I think this is a fun game because you unlock parts for your car by doing races, and then you can do stuff outside of the races, like, you know, finding billboards to crash through, speed cameras to race through, security gates. Those are like more off-road type things. There are security gates to just crash through. The music is great. I believe it's all like licensed music type stuff, but I kind of like it all. I don't really think there's any tracks I thought were annoying or anything, so that's good. You can use the right stick, of course, to change your camera around if you want to do that. That is not good to do during a race. So you got your gas and you actually have like a brake and a reverse. That was me not driving well. On the gamepad, it's like the RZ is your gas, then LZ is your reverse, and then Y actually is your emergency brake if you want to use that to try to make a sharp turn. I usually just use the reverse to try to make turns like power slide through turns. Let's turn off traffic since I'm in a race. Ooh, that's my horn. Where am I going here? You can glance at the map in the lower left while you're racing to try to figure out where you're going, because sometimes you are racing through a city and sometimes you gotta like make turns in the street and it's not always clear when you're supposed to turn. As you saw, the smack takedown, I got points for that. That's the kind of thing you have to do with the most wanted people at the end of a race to take them down to get their car. That's not a turn I'm going to make. I got a lot of boost meter I gotta use. So yeah, you'll still get like oncoming traffic bonus if you drive in the opposite lane. That is not a cop car. It looked like a cop car. And then, of course, skidding will also build your boost meter. That is the finish line right there. I am not going to get first. What position am I in? Third? I don't unlock anything for third. still get points though. I guess that just increases your rank? Is that what that is? I'm trying to think about what SP is used for. Oh, 1,000,000 SP for like that most wanted rival. You couldn't challenge some of these most wanted cars until you had reached a certain level of SP. Obviously, it takes a little while to get 1,000,000 SP. I've gotten 4 million because I've just played the game so much, just having fun, playing as all different cars, goofing off. Like I mentioned, customizing cars. Fortunately, I don't have... I'd have to find a car that's like... that's been started, but hasn't been finished. It's like all these things have been upgraded. The pro versions are the upgrade versions. And those come from... Man, it stinks that the autolog doesn't work anymore. All it does is tell you like stuff to do for your car. Yeah, the stock stuff doesn't get upgraded, but everything else does that you unlock. Darn. Where else can I see those would-be autolog recommendations? I can't think of where they would be. These Ultimate Speed Pack things, these come with the game. These are part of like the first wave of DLC that was made for the game. It comes by default with this version of the game. But like I said, other versions of the game got more DLC. So other versions of the game, you would have to pay for this Ultimate Speed Pack, but they also got other stuff added to the game which you could get. But this game also has like some green Mario work pipes hidden in the world. I can't tell you where they are offhand, but they do exist in the world of the game, and inside they're like a red colored car, a green colored car, and like a pink colored car for like Mario, Luigi, and Peach. They don't necessarily look like Mario type cars, but they do exist, and that's what they're supposed to look like. And yeah, it's just a fun game to like drive around in too, in addition to doing like the events and challenges that exist in the world. Plus, it's a huge world. You can just explore to find stuff like the billboards. So yeah, it's a fun game. Totally recommend it. You don't have to get the Wii U version, I guess. I assume other versions of the game are equal in value. But like I said, I find the motion controls on the gamepad preferable, and also the gamepad options are convenient to being able to turn traffic on and off. I assume you could do that with other versions of the game. Again, that's not confirmed. So I would recommend this version of the game. But I don't know if other versions of the game still have online capabilities. It looks like the Wii U version has been shut down for online stuff. Actually, I want to say there's a green work pipe in this area, but maybe now's not the best time to try to look for it. Wait, am I seeing things? There's one right here. This is a green work pipe, and if I can land on it, I can take it to a secret room. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that on demand like this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the handling does take some getting used to. So if I go off at an angle... Oh! Wait, am I still up here? I am still up here, but I am like barely hanging on. Oh yeah. If I just drive onto here, stop, and what? Do I need to turn off my car? What do I do? It's got a gate over it. Does that mean anything? Oh, I pushed down. There we go. Look at that. I got to show off the warp pipes. So yeah, there's only like a few of these, and they just get you these special cars. So cool, I got the Mario one. It's got red and blue on it. But yeah, I guess I should end the review here. So if you have any questions about the game, please ask in the comments below. If you haven't played this game before, let me know what you think of this game based on the review you've seen here. And then if you have played the game before, let me know if there's anything I've left out about the game that people should know about before making a decision to purchase or not. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.